Hey, what's up you guys? In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys some really simple things you can do to make your cosplay photos stand out a little bit more. The main things you want to focus on are depth, color correcting, costume correcting, background redecorating, added lighting, and cropping. Let's get into it. We're going to turn this into this. Wow. And it's really simple. You just need a computer, and doesn't matter what kind, and access to the internet, or a Photoshop type of a program app. Okay, this was almost a good intro. It's okay. I'm gonna preface this with saying I do edit the wig and my irises, the contacts, so yes, there is cheating involved. In case you don't want to be a cheater, don't look. Close your eyes. Or, it's the internet. You can just close the tab. Anyways, now that we're all okay with cheating, what we're going to focus on is depth in the image. So, going to duplicate the layer any moment now. There we go. No, it's okay. We'll get there. We're going to duplicate the layer, and we're going to go to filter and Gaussian blur, and I don't know how to say it. All right, it's Gaussian. We'll get there. I'm clearly struggling. You'll figure it out. Gaussian blur. There it is. And go to you can make it as blurry as you want. I kind of like to have it just slightly blurry because the background is still pretty close to me. If the background was further away, I would still probably only have it slightly blurry. I don't know. Look at a picture, and the best thing you can do, honestly, is just look at other people's pictures and kind of compare where you want your edits to be similar and where you want them to be different. And this is just me showing you how you can or cannot do it. If anything, you can get out of this what you don't want to do. It's helpful either way. So right now, I'm just erasing from the Gaussian blurred layer the subject, which is me. Typically, if you're doing portrait, cosplay, picture, the subject is going to be what is in focus, right? Unless you're doing cinematic, cool, edgy type things where something else would be in focus, your eyes and your face are going to be the first thing people look at. So that's just where you're going to have all your focus in the picture. And then I leave my arms a little blurry because they're not necessarily on the same exact plane as my eyes. They're just offset by a few inches on each side of my body. You get it. And then from there, I am going to edit my wig a little bit. I do this a lot because I'm not very good at styling wigs. I'm trying to be. I'm getting there, one thing at a time. Okay, God. But, yeah, I'll just take pieces of my wig and kind of shape it a little bit better. Wigs are hard, man, alright? Don't come for me about this. I'm trying my best, but, I can only do so much. So since this is Shinso and he has spiky hair, spiky? I don't know. It sticks up in spike-looking things, right? You get it. I just select some of the spikes and place them where I think they would look okay. That's not where I'm gonna want it. I'm gonna move it. So, yeah. A lot of it is just eyeballing it and see what you think visually looks better. The main thing I like to focus on when I am editing a picture like this, like a portrait, is kind of centering around my eyes, framing my eyes, and I just felt like the wig wasn't long enough on that side to correctly frame my face. So that's what that was. And I could have shortened the other side. This is just what we're coming up with. Alright, this is simple things. Obviously, the color is not exactly the same as what his hair is like, and it's a little too far off for me to even be forgiving of it, so I'm changing the color. A lot of this, again, is just going to be eyeballing. Like I said, I've been doing this since I was 14, and I still go through every single blending layer to see which one I like. Like, I don't have a method to doing this. You just kind of gotta, like, feel it out. Do you know what I mean? I said this was a tutorial. This is a general idea of what you can do. You were scammed. You were scammed into this little concoction here. There ain't no rhyme nor reason into what I'm doing. I'm just kind of screwing with it. And then with that comes cleaning it up. And then I'm going to duplicate the layer and put it on a different blending setting and kind of give it some definition. So I'm going to highlight it and shadow it where there are highlights and shadows. And that's very easy to figure out. You can see them on the screen. I'm not pointing to them right now, so don't look where I'm pointing. But like wherever you see a shadow, just add more shadows. Wherever you see a highlight, bam, you have your answer. And like I said at the beginning of this video, this is cheating. And you know what? It's okay. I have never really been self-conscious of the fact that I have to kind of edit my pictures heavily. I am, however, self-conscious of my wigs, my makeup, my costumes, my backgrounds, my lighting. Like everything else. I'm self-conscious of my edits as well. Like, they're not that great, obviously, but it's more than it was. And you can take that to the bank. And it's like with anything, you know? Like, it takes time to figure things out. So it's taking me time to figure out my wigs. And I've gotten to the point with wig making where I'm just kind of like, it's not gonna look good because I don't have the skill set that I need to carry out my vision of what it should be, right? And that's fine. And if I sit there and obsess over one wig, then I'm never going to be able to start anything new and get new skill sets. So I just kind of like do the best I can with each wig that I get and don't really worry about the fact that it doesn't look good. And when it doesn't look good, I can just edit it like this a little bit. And it doesn't make it look great, but it does make it look better than it was. So that's all I need. I'm getting old. My time is valuable. And I don't want to spend like a month trying to make a wig look good. Although I am sort of doing that right now with my current cosplay that I'm working on. But that's a problem for me to not think about. That's because I like this character, though. I want it to look better than most of my other ones that I've dealt with in the past. Like, Shinso was fun. It was more of like a learning experience. I practiced teasing the hair and making it go up. So, you know, you take what you can get out of every little lesson. And right here, I am editing the contacts because I actually don't really like these contacts for this cosplay. He has... Oh, see, it dragged. That's proof that I'm using a mouse. Now you know. But he has purple eyes and gray... what are those called? Pupils. Purple irises and gray pupils, and like they don't make contacts like that. And when I did purple contacts for him, I did like it, but like there is kind of, you lose the frumpiness, I guess. Like it looks too pretty. So I use those contacts more as like a base of where I want to put colors in my pictures. And I don't know, it reads better as a cosplay on TikTok with those contacts anyways, so whatever. But I still don't like them, so I do edit my eyeballs and try to make that look better. So we're already getting somewhere with this, right? But obviously the background is garbo, so I'm not gonna do anything to this background. I'm just drawing over it, just continuing the colors, pulling them out to make it look cohesive, right? Because it's a boring background anyways. It's just like a drape. It's not really anything interesting. And obviously, you can edit a new background in. You can put just a stagnant background. You can like select your subject and do whatever you want with the background. But for me, this is the easiest thing to do. So maybe it could be for you. And I don't know. Just do what you want with whatever that information is. Okay, we're just gonna speed run through this real quick, and just while I'm touching that up, I'm going to explain to you what I'm gonna do next. So from here, you can see the top of my wig kind of blends in a little bit too much with the background, so I am going to go in and darken it a little bit, and it's not necessarily going to line up exactly with the wig itself. It's just to make it stand out a little bit more. So I'm just gonna finish that up, clean it up a little bit, make it look nice or something like that. So it's okay. Like, again, this is just like to edit to post on Instagram. This isn't like world class photography and editing. It's just like, hey, my picture is okay, but I want to give you the experience of this character. And so I'm fixing the wig a little bit because it was blending in a little bit too much with the background. So, like, obviously it didn't, what I just added didn't even really blend in with the wig itself. It just kind of makes it stand out a little bit more. And then the lighting, bisexual lighting, we are all big fans. And it kind of, the saturation of it kind of brings more life into the picture, a little bit more energy. And right there, I'm editing the parts of the mask that I didn't finish. And I'm going to also do that to the little side piece as well, because it's supposed to be white, and I just never did that. Anyways, and like little things like my eyebrow, so I have to draw on my eyebrows, right? As you do. And it was shiny. So this is just touching up now. I'm adding color to my eyes to kind of give it that little more tired look. Really, this is just all to excuse the fact that my makeup isn't that great. My wig isn't that great. My makeup's not great. My background's not great. My lighting isn't great. What more do you want from me? Okay, I admit my faults. But I think I said this earlier. Yeah, or I didn't. I don't know. I've re-recorded this several times. But cosplay is just another form of art, and so if photos are the art you want to share of a character and you want it to look more like that character within certain means, obviously you can do that. And if it's something stupid like not finishing the costume or sucking at the wig, like I personally have never had a problem with editing photos in that regard. So I think we touched base on everything. Now I'm just like going in and adding a little bit of highlights to this. Like I said with the wig, like you kind of have to put a little bit of depth and dimension into when you're adding color to something. Otherwise it does look flat. Like, have you ever seen recolored pictures of like black and white pictures? And it always ends up looking a little bit flat. It's because they just put like an overlay over it and you're like, oh, okay. Well, anyways, I don't remember what that part of the mask looks like, so I just didn't put it in there. And this is it. Wow. Ooh. So it's not like, obviously it's not a lot. It's not insane, but it's enough. And I live by that. This is another little tidbit, I guess, if you've never worked with photos. I always put mine at 300 DPI and have it be a reasonable size because you're only posting it to Instagram, so it doesn't really have to be huge. But the DPI, if you have a larger number, it just makes it look better. So there you go. Was that helpful? Should I do something like this again with like how I edit on Picsart? Maybe, I don't know. I didn't do Picsart this time because I think it's only for iPhone, when I had an Android, I did not have that. I tell you that right now. I had Facetune 2. Didn't really get to do a lot with that. So if you guys want a Picsart tutorial, did I say that right? Picsart? Yeah, I was thinking of Pixar. If you want a Picsart tutorial of how I edit photos similarly to this so that you can do it on your phone, let me know. I would love to. I have to write a bunch of essays this week and next, so anything that gets me out of that hellscape would be great. Okay. And that's it. And so if you guys like this picture, you can buy it in my Etsy store along with any other of my prints. And actually these will be the last time these prints will be available because my last computer, the hard drive died and I have lost all of those files. So what I have is what it is. So check that out and don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your friends, copy 3 times, you know the drill. Have a good rest of your day and happy editing.